Welcome to the Deluxe Studio.
Oh my god! Oh, you've done such a lovely job.
Not finished. It'll never be finished, but it's ready to go.
I'm so pleased. Oh, and you put your sticker pad up, panel up as well.
The remnants of the Tatmobile.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You've worked really hard. I genuinely love it.
There we go.
Oh, and a light as well. There's an actual light. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so professional.
Hopefully it doesn't sound too shit when we're back upstairs very, very shortly.
This is Lightly Used with Adam and Karen.
Hello and welcome to the Lightly Used Deluxe Studio.
We're in. We're finally in.
Oh, hang on. I didn't put the fancy lights on.
Oh no, what are you doing?
The whole point of it.
We're supposed to be being professional and all that.
Let me press the button.
There we go, it's on
There.
people.
There we go. There. Oh, hopefully you can hear the difference.
Well, yeah, the lights make so much difference.
Hello, I'm Adam.
And I'm Karen.
And this is Lightly Used, a podcast where we mostly celebrate, tat we found in charity shops. And we do other stuff as well.
Occasionally.
Now, we've had Turnip Tales last episode.
Yes, we did.
So we had a bit of a break. Whilst we were off, we've been doing a bit of YouTube watching. We're both watching an actual gun advert.
Oh, God, yeah.
Saying they were legal in the UK. They showed an extended magazine. And a week earlier had a taser advert. Again, saying it was UK legal. They are absolutely not.
They're really, really not. Did you figure out how to report them?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
It was for some dick pill salt that you put under your tongue that I reported.
Love it.
I forgot to mention, after playing Crystal Maze Future Zone, we spent fucking ages trying to assemble that cube to put it back in the box to put it away.
We really did.
Karen was the only one that was successful. Each of us spent at least 15 minutes or so trying to put this cube back together.
It was shameful.
So as far as I know, it's impossible to do it against that timer. We all had a fair go. We all had to go without the timer.
Yeah.
No. Karen, eventually, after how many goes?
Oh, God, I
Umpteen.
don't know. I mean, we
Umpteen
were a couple of drinks in and... Yeah, it was a while. I think I sort of like time slipped for a little bit. Just vanished into Cube Zone.
Drunk Crystal Maze. Get rid of the timer. Can you solve any of these problems?
Okay, so...
Well, maybe that's the trick.
So what I need to do then is memorise all of the games.
No, I meant for us to watch on TV the actual Crystal Maze. Get people half cut in there wandering around.
Like Drunk History.
Yeah. Having to go the full... fucking cod goes there. Hey, turn the wrong way, you twat. No. You can't go through the hole yourself. Richard O'Brien trying to pull somebody back out by the legs.
Not that we're advocating for very drunk people on television, but that could be kind of funny.
Is this a one-off?
Yeah, we could commission one episode. Maybe we should open a Ko-fi or a Patreon or something and charge a ridiculous amount of money so we can raise enough to do one episode of Drunk Crystal Maze.
There was a Crystal Maze down in Pembrokeshire, but that shut down years ago. Bloody Oakwood Park just shut down this month as well.
I know, and I've never been.
Really?
No, I know. I've been
fun.
in Wales for 23 years this year, and I never went to Oakwood Park, and now they're closed.
And none of the rides were like thrilling, like Alton Towers thrilling, but it was still fun.
Yeah, I mean, they were a bit like, the Flamingo Land of Wales. They were everyone who'd had nice rides and then sold them off because they wanted something a bit better. Oakwood was like the home of orphaned rides from other theme parks.
We'll have to try and keep an eye out if they do one last hurrah opening before everything's shut down.
No, it's gone. They've already started dismantling the rides.
What?
Yeah,
They didn't waste any time.
I know, they really haven't. And I don't know the reason they've closed, probably financial, and that's completely understandable. But I am kind of secretly happy that it shut down. And I know that sounds...
Like sour grapes to me.
I know that sounds cruel. But I really want to go somewhere exciting and do a bit of urbexing. And I just think a closed theme park that's been abandoned for a year.
Well, if they've started disassembling, it'll just be, I can't remember, 80 acres It'll just be an empty plot of land.
Well, they might leave the buildings there and that could be somewhere to explore. But obviously most of the rides would be gone or just in pieces. But I just think it would be a really interesting photo opportunity.
I think most of the rides, most of the buildings there were just the shelter or the bit to get into the rides.
Oh, really?
Or they were just, this little structures were like hot dog carts, shacks and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Maybe not then.
Wasn't really many buildings. I think, there might have been an indoor play area, but that would have been, that'll probably just be a big empty warehouse.
There we are then. We've talked up and dismantled my dreams all in the space of 2 minutes. Thanks, Adam.
Oh, we do have a pod nod. You're going to be on the upcoming Who Takes Socks Off for their 50th episode.
I am. I really am. And I'm like, half the time I forget that I did that recording. And then I remember how stressed I was in the run up to it because I'm like Miss Anxious. And now it's just like I had such a laugh with Simon and Ross doing that recording that I can't wait for it to come out. And I know it's not really like everyone's cup of tea because they're very open with their language. And
great promotion for them. No, it's for everybody.
It's
especially
for everyone.
Children.
No, definitely not children. There's such a laugh. And they just use language how people use language when they're not normally being recorded. So I'll be interested to find out what my dad thinks of it, and my mum in particular. But yeah, so yeah, look out for me on Who Takes the Socks Off, episode 50, coming to you soon.
Channel84.co.uk. And there is a parental advisory sticker on the podcast, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, there we are. Is it a shiny one?
No, just one of the regular ones. Aww. It's just inside there. It's probably printed on.
They should have done a special shiny one for the 50th episode.
Can we talk about where else you're going to be soon, or is that shush until it's a little bit closer? Because you're recording that this weekend. I'm
recording tomorrow. I am going to be on another podcast.
Can we say any more of you? Sorry to dump.
I know. I'm trying to sort of word this because I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Let's err on the side of caution.
So one person in particular who listens to this podcast and will know that I'm talking to them right now, I will be on their podcast and hopefully I won't fuck it up.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. That's what editing's for, right? That's what you said to me.
Yeah. It's not live.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be really fun and it's a bit different.
We're telling you more when we can.
Yes.
We promise.
When I've been told I'm allowed to say. Until then.
We might have said too much already.
Yeah.
Coming up on the show, moving swiftly on. We've got Lightly Used News, the next chapter in the saga of Johnny Turnip and friends. We've got Tat In The Box on the way. The penultimate episode of the Crystal Maze. Nearly in that bloody crystal dome. And also is my choice of Bibliotat to end the show.
Which is really good because last week I thought it was mine and I had a little bit of a panic.
Oh, we do have our first sponsor from Art.
No way!
This episode is sponsored by SolART Tanning Salon. Need a tan but live in Wales? Visit SolART. Save on expensive holidays. We've got sunbeds and sprays. Our UV rays will make it look like you've been away for a few days. A range of power levels and pigments to suit your time and budget. SolART Tanning Salon. SolART, home of the 2-minute turbo tan. Exposure to ultraviolet light may not be suitable for redheads or vampires.
What?
He said to read that very fast.
Is that redheads and vampires?
Doesn't say to repeat it.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for this.
Tanning Salon, home of the 2-minute turbo tan.
Fascinating.
Does Art own
a
tanning salon now?
Sounds dubious. He did say he had properties.
Isn't that like how you launder money? It's like tanning salons, laundrette.
If the next one is a laundrette, we need to worry.
In Lightly Used News, we turn once again to the Abergavenny Chronicle and Tim Butters for further adventures of Johnny Turnip. Monday, the 24th of June, 2024. Abergavenny man claims he knows where King Arthur is buried. For centuries, historians have been debating if King Arthur was a real person, and if so, where the legendary British war leader's mortal remains can be found. However, according to semi-professional paranormal investigator Johnny Turnip, the case is now closed, after he and his friends have finally located the ancient burial site and plan to dig it up in a bid to return the once and future king to his rightful throne.
God.
Turnip told the Chronicle, "It all began when we were rescued from our pig hunting adventure in the Forest of Dean by my mate Tom Cruise. We were looking forward to having a little kip before going on a 3-day bender. However, the devil makes light work for idle hands, and no sooner were me, Big Tony and Puerto Rico Paul getting stuck into day 2 of our 3-day well-deserved lager festival and arguing if David Bowie would have still been cool if he was fat, when I got a call from Tyke. It's my pet name for Cruise on the blower. JT, he cried, all enthusiastic in that nauseating way some Americans have. I've got 4 backstage VIP passes for Taylor Swift's gig in Cardiff. Who's in?" Turnip added, because Tyke was on speakerphone, Big Tony started putting his finger down his throat and making puking gestures. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico Paul gets up and starts doing this weird dance and singing Cruel Summer, but in a gruff and guttural voice like a northern bloke who eats a lot of pies and keeps pigeons would. I simply replied, "No offence, Tyke. I know you mean well, but there's no Swifties here, mate. Taylor may be talented, but she's got too much of an over-the-hill cheerleader with emotional issues vibe for artist. We're more Bonnie Tyler men. Now there's a class act. A woman in white stilettos and a leather jacket who could outdrink us all before beating us at pool." Turnip ended, "I once bumped into Tyler in the late 80s in Tredegar Snooker Hall. What a girl in a night. She's got the sort of voice that can make rocks bleed." Turnip explained that after politely declining Tyke's generous offer, the Hollywood heartthrob said, "Suit yourself, guys. I'll just take Clooney and Pitt, those who love freebies." Kind of undecided which voice I was going with there. Should I do a Turnip voice or mine?
Ah, well.
50-50. Turnip revealed, after Tyke had hung up, the phone began ringing again, but this time it was number withheld, which meant it was probably Nanny Anna Horror Show Turnip. The old witch loves to make prank calls. "Hello, you old nappy-wearing, urine-soaked hag," I barked merrily. "You're going to have to get up much earlier in the afternoon if you're going to catch this Turnip out." "Excuse me?" said another worldly voice, sounding not so much posh, but ancient. "There's no excuse for your sort," I joked as an icebreaker. There was an uncomfortable silence, and the voice goes, "Am I speaking to Sir Turnip, the gallant knight who saved the fairy realm and attempted to slay the legendary Grunterond?" "Who wants to know?" I said in that guarded way I've adopted instinctively after a lifetime of being hounded by bureaucratic jobsworths and debt collectors. "My name is Mr. Allot. You can call me Lance. I'm king of the realm." "What, like Keir Starmer, Elton John and that lot?" I said, playing along, thinking it was Fast Eddie, who was in with Horror Show and the prank. "No, not like those scoundrels at all. I serve the round table that was, is, and will forever be," he said impatiently. "What, that weird men's club that put on the fireworks in Bailey Park? Well, if you're looking for some new members, it's not really my cup of tea. Appreciate all you do for the town, but thanks and no thanks." Turnip explained. He got a bit huffy at this point and shouted, "Damn your eyes, you impudent root vegetable! I'm Sir Lancelot, raised in the realm of fairy by the Lady of the Lake, orphaned by heir of King Ben, unrivalled in swordplay and joust, pure of heart, undimmed of vision, and sworn companion and liege to the once future king. I will not tolerate your games." Turnip said, "Well then, I was twirling my finger next to my head and mouthing 'Nutter alert' to the boys. They were cracking up. However, that could have just been the side effects of copious amounts of Sun and Stella." Turnip added, "Anyhow, I'm not one to make sport of other people's delusions, and I have a lot of empathy for nut jobs, but before I could shout, 'Why do you sleep with Guinevere, you slag?' he stopped me in my tracks, and he said in a soft and soothing voice, 'Remember that recurring dream you had as a youngster, Sir Turnip? The one where you pull the sword from the stone, and the world and its maidens fall at your feet?' "Yes," I said nervously before turning the phone off speaker, as Big Tony and Paul started eyeing me with wolfish interest and smirking like evil gherkins. How do you know?" "I told you, I am no mere mortal. I am an eternal knight who lives in the hearts of men everywhere. I'm here to help you make that dream come true. You'll make me king of the world and all-powerful," I gasped before downing half a pint of lager in excitement. Not quite, he sighed, but you will have a significant part to play in the New World Order. Where do I sign up, and do I get hold Excalibur, I asked, as a combination of adrenaline and excessive alcohol intake nearly caused me to pass out. All will be revealed, my white knight upon a fiery steed. Yet there are secrets I can only divulge in person. Can you meet me at Llanfoist Cemetery in an hour? He asked. I'm on it, I replied. Turnip added, if only I'd known then that lies and treachery Sir Lancelot was capable of. I would have saved us a lot of grief, and Puerto Rico Paul is still off both his hands.
Oh, God.
To be continued.
It's time for Tat in the box, 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 tat in the box.
Right, so it's your turn to close your eyes first, my turn to get my thing out of my box for you to guess what it is with your eyes closed and try and work it out, which is going to be easy this week.
And try real hard not to hit the mic, which is now in a new position.
Now we've got all the table in front of you.
We've got a whole table, and I know that I'm just going to end up hitting the mic, so apologies in advance.
That's okay, you've got room to swoosh your hands underneath the microphone, yeah?
Swooshy, swooshy. Oh. Right, my eyes are closed.
Right.
Gimme. Am I still on mic?
It's a bit low down.
Hard to tell when my eyes closed.
You've got headphones on though.
I know. I know.
You shouldn't imagine if your eyes are open or closed.
That's true. That's really true.
Turn these down. Actually, you're quite loud.
I'm such a professional.
Okay.
Is it big?
The average size.
Feels cold.
Oh, you're not touching it?
I know I'm not, but there's cold air between my hands.
There we go.
Are you putting it on the table?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, it does feel cold.
Instantly guessed.
Is this your Batmobile?
I turned the box the wrong way round to make it harder.
It's your Batmobile, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Had to come out at some point.
Well, yeah, no, we've moved in here. I can put it straight up on the shelf.
That's true. It can go in this new posh place.
That's pretty much the only reason I've brought this now is just leave it in this
Easy
room.
transfer.
So yeah, it's the Batmobile from 1966 TV series with Adam West and Burt Ward. This is my favourite of the Batmobiles.
Okay, why?
I think it's look at the ones on the back.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I like the orange piping.
You've got the other ones on the back there. You can see which.
Oh yeah. They're all a bit shit, really, aren't they? Yeah.
I think it just looks the funkiest.
It's the classiest, most classic-looking Batmobile. I like the orange piping.
I think also
very attractive.
It's the first Batmobile I saw as a kid. When S4C showed the Batman TV series. And
for all our non-Welsh habitational listeners.
Oh, Channel 4 Wales.
Yeah.
S4C, Sanol Pedwar Cymru.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah.
Oh, right, there we are.
Based on the Lincoln Futura concept car, it was made for the 1954 car show and auto expo circuit in 1955. The concept car was built entirely by hand in Turin by coach builder Zagir at a cost of $250,000, $250,000. That's about 2.9 million in 2025 money.
Wow.
And subsequently sold to famous car customizer George Barris for $1 and other valuable consideration.
Oh.
I'll put a copy of that letter on the blog. So Lincoln's Ford's luxury brand, like GM has Chevrolet for everyday cars and Cadillac as their luxury brand. So Lincoln is the upmarket Ford brand.
Oh, I didn't know that. I learned a thing.
Apparently the car was just stored at Barris's shop for years until he was contracted, and he was given 3 weeks by the studio to make the Batmobile.
Oh.
It already had the bubble canopy and the little hoods over the lights and tail fins, so it was a good starting point for the Batmobile. So Barris hired Bill Cushenberry to modify the metalwork, exaggerating the features, adding to them a bit.
Didn't put any spacers on the wheels, did they?
It was before stance. So yeah, the beak on the nose there, got rid of the big oval mouth that was on the bottom of the wheel. I'll put a photo of the before and after cars on the blog as well.
Cool.
Originally, it was pearlescent white. It was repainted red to show up on film better in the 1959 film It Started With a Kiss. Ended up black with fluorescent cerise stripes in 1966. The toy is made by Jada? Not entirely sure.
Jada.
But on the back of the box, I was pointing out earlier, they've got all the line of all the on-screen Batmobiles in the range. This is 1/32 scale. It doesn't say anywhere on the box, so I'm reliant online for that. Like where I got it, reliant online. I got it from Bernardo's eBay shop in March 2023.
Oh, nice.
I paid £22 for it.
That's spenny for you.
Yeah, it was quite a bit cheaper when I first bid. I didn't have too much long to go before I got bid up a whole bunch. I decided, no, I'm not prepared to pay any more for that. That's my limit. Plus, it's £4.50. Yeah, £4.50 postage on it as well. So I'm not that into Batman to pay anymore. From seeming a bit of a bargain, I ended up paying pretty much the going rate. I had a look this morning. eBay's asking around 25 to 30-ish for the same version.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. So you didn't have a bargain, but you weren't, you didn't overspend either.
Paid what I was willing, what I decided mentally it was worth.
Yeah, no, you set yourself a limit and you stuck to it. And that's important for many things in life, not just money.
And I've got a funky thing for the shelf.
True.
Do you have a favourite Batmobile?
I don't necessarily have a favourite. I will say there are 8 Batmobiles on the back of this box. At least 3 of them look like they were modelled after dildos.
They are very phallic.
Where are we? Batman Forever Batmobile, and the bottom corner. Don't know when it's animated one, I think.
That's for kids.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's at least 3 on there that, look like they would sell really well if they had batteries in them.
Holy hole, Bab.
Brilliant.
It's my turn to close my eyes, guess and caress your
Indeed.
item.
What I will say in advance is this is more than one piece.
Okay.
So if it falls apart, you haven't broken it. And it has moving parts also.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, it feels like it's made of wood. I just sounded it.
Correct.
It feels like there's a cog and gear mechanism here somehow.
Can't believe this hasn't naturally fallen into your hand in the right place yet.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I was holding it by the barrel. It's some sort of gun. Is it an elastic band gun?
It is
judging
indeed.
By the V in the end of the barrel.
It is an elastic band gun. Unfortunately, I've not been able to find any elastic bands. And it didn't come with any.
Right, so...
Forward.
There we go.
There we are.
Right, so I'll put the whole
Okay, I've got your pistol.
Right. It's got a flat object in the front. It's got a wooden base, upright wooden piece with a dowel at the back, and what feels like hinged flaps on the front, like a scoreboard sort of thing.
Yes.
It's got to be for tallying some sort of score. Is it for some sort of hoopla? Oh, I know what you do now. Right. Hit the mic again. Right, so you put these up this way, and then you shoot the elastic band at the targets.
You do indeed.
A shooting gallery.
Yes, correct. Correctamundo. And happy it's not your birthday, it's a gift for your tat shelves.
Oh, thank you. And there's points 10, 20, 30 and 50.
Yeah, not sure what happened to 40. So I've called this the Bang Bang Shooty Gun. It does fire elastic bands, and there's a mountain backboard, as Adam has described, with drop-down hinge targets, 10, 20, 30 and 50 for value. It cost me $2.95 from the Greyhound Rescue in Swansea. There are no brand marks, no labels, nothing on it to sort of suggest who made it, where it came from, blah, 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 blah. So I did the one thing that all people who are Gen X, almost millennials do, and that's turn to Google Lens. The closest match I could find was on Amazon, the Engelhart wooden shooting game. However, it's not currently available to buy in the UK. I think that might be because it was a French store.
Thanks, Brexit.
And because it wasn't available to buy, I couldn't find out how much they were selling it for prior to it being unavailable. It just says it's unavailable. So what I did was translate one of the reviews. from French to English. So Jen gives this 5 stars. Title of the review is Consistent. Review says, game for children. It is necessary to set to a maximum of 1 meter 50 for it to be effective. Brackets, the elastic band hits the targets. And that is all I've been able to find. But having read that review, it did make me think of something that I want to bring in at some point that lots of other people do, which is find random reviews for objects that either we already own or we randomly come across. And see if we can find the funniest review, either the funniest 5-star or the funniest 1-star. I am a bad person and I buy a lot of things from Amazon and I review everything. And if you want me to bring some of my own personal reviews in to listen to, I absolutely will, because I love making them as funny and fluffy as possible.
Oh, yeah, well, if we can compare yours to somebody else's, if we...
What we should do
satisfied customer or dissatisfied customer compared to how you found the product.
Yes, and then we should ask Ruth how she got on the super secret Amazon list, because, like, my reviews are fucking awesome in my mind.
Well, we can't tell people that if you get on the super secret list.
I know, it won't be super secret anymore.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like rule 1 of the super secret list.
Don't talk about the super secret list. And we're back at the Crystal Maze with Jackson, Adam and myself. The maze must tour.
With an O.
With an O, with an extended O. We're on the final zone, which is the medieval zone. And it is Jackson's turn to pick the game first.
Oh, good. I am not. Oh, that means I'm. Yes, right. Anyway.
I already know the plan.
I'm going to go, man.
Mental game. Complete the word chain using the toys. Place the first 3 cards of the word chain onto the first 3 spaces of the board game. When the time starts, the player will first need to establish the connections between the first 3 given cards, i.e. dollhouse, house brick, etc. However, if they struggle, then guide them towards the link. Once they have got the gist of what they are looking for, the player should study all the toy cards. They need to complete the word chain by filling in 5 blanks, selecting from the 17 remaining toy cards. When they complete the chain of 8 toys, they win the crystal. So you just need to find the 5 that correspond with the chain of. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, start the timer now. And you're out of time.
I was going to go for the Dalmatian from
I
Fire.
didn't even see these.
No, I put them all over there. It wasn't any of those
No.
cards anyway.
Oh,
I was wrong.
fine, well, I didn't even see those.
Okay, so the solution
Fire
was...
Guard?
Mine's the final one, apparently.
Fire Guard, which I didn't know was there. Is it Fire Guard?
No, it's not.
No, I didn't get it.
So it's apple tree, tree house, house fire, fire door, door
Fire
stop,
door?
stop watch, watch
Oh, yeah,
dog.
Fire Guard. I even said it out loud.
You did. Well, no crystal this time,
No
but
crystal for the
you
fire
are
door.
like 3 up on Adam. Oh,
Right.
put that on the floor.
I'm pretty sure that's not going to...
Right, do you want to take a game, Adam?
Let's put these away first.
Okay, alright, Mr. Organised.
No, because I already know what I'm going to choose.
Oh, I would bet you a tenner it's not the physical.
I will take that bet.
Really?
It's physical, and from the very first introduction, I'm playing my Karen card. But you get to do it.
Oh, fuck, I'd forgotten about the Karen
So
card.
had I in the first couple of games. I'd remembered for the rematch, though.
Bollocks.
What do you get to do? No, actually, no. I get the book, don't I? You're
You're
doing
allowed
it.
the book.
Yeah,
You're
that
allowed
was
the book.
really snatchy grabby.
I didn't want you to read the instructions or the answers. Yeah,
It's a physical. It's not going to give me an answer, is it? Tell you what, I'll read the card out.
Yeah. Well, you have to do
Roll
it
the
that way
dice
around.
repeatedly over the finish line until you have rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 1 each. Do you remember when we played this at Christmas and I literally got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row?
Yeah.
That's
Let's hope
never
you
going to
get
happen.
it again.
No, it's not.
It's
Have to do it
never
from
going to
afar.
happen. You have to do it from afar, like 2 metres.
Oh,
What do you need?
A dice, a timer.
something to mark, start and finish lines, timer, and the crystal.
Fucking hell.
Create a start and a finish line in a room. Start line should be roughly 2 meters away from the start. place the dice on the start line. I could have done this. I wish I'd just remembered that one in the last round.
I bet Jackson wishes he'd remembered it.
No, Jackson.
Physical.
Oh, I don't remember anything.
You do get a Karen card too, don't forget.
Yeah, you both got one Karen card to swap.
Oh, I don't have
for
to
you.
play anymore. I'm all right.
The object of the game, roll the dice. They roll every possible number at least once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For clarification.
Okay, thanks for specifying.
That's what it says.
I can see. All right.
So, like...
If you move out of the way,
Yeah.
I can go from here to the unit. So if you sort of stand here, you can be dice collector. All right, we ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Time starts now.
She's in! Oh, I won you a crystal.
Yay!
Well, it's the only way you were fucking
Yeah.
going to get one, wasn't it?
That's why I played the card.
Oh.
I need all the help I can get.
I've got about a minute left.
Thank you, Maze Master.
Yeah, you're fucking welcome. There you go.
Hooray!
To end this episode, it's my choice of book in Bibliotat, and once again from the library of books from Adam's Nana.
Is it big?
No,
Oh, look at this.
The Detective's Handbook by Anne Savadi, Judy Henley, and Angela Wilkes, illustrated by Colin King. That's a first edition, published 1979 by
Is that
Osborne.
Inspector Gadget on the front?
No, for legal reasons, and it predates Inspector Gadget, I think. I think
awesome.
Inspector Gadget was in the 80s. So I think it definitely predates Inspector Gadget. Yeah, this is more heavily used than lightly used.
It's definitely heavily used.
Spines
I know,
gaffeted
yeah.
together.
Yeah, I think that's great though.
I was looking back through the book and thinking to myself, there's a lot of forgery stuff in here. And I only found out when I was looking through to see if this is on the Internet Archive to link in the blog. It's a compilation of 3 books.
Oh, right.
It's the Osborne Detective Guide series, each written by one of the authors, and all of them illustrated by the same guy.
Oh, cool.
It's Catching Crooks, Clues and Suspects, and Fakes and Forgeries, which would explain why there seemed to be a lot of stuff about forgeries in particular. And that book was still being published until at least 2008, and that's
Wow.
a version on the Internet Archive that you'll see linked on the blog. It's got a new cover, typeface seems to be the only significant changes, and the new version did also correct the contents page.
Aha.
And my version doesn't list several sections, they're just missing from the contents entirely.
Love it.
I think just to fit in the box they've put arbitrarily on the page. The main characters, it's Detective Dodd, he's the one in the brown coat you thought was Inspector Gadget. Detective Trapper, who's more experienced in the blue coat. There's a female detective, who's a dog handler, and as far as I know, her name does not come up. She is not given a name, but the dog's called Petal.
How very 70s.
But I put a couple of tabs on the pages. This one is, has your room been searched? Some tips and tricks for sort of hiding things to find out if somebody's come in your room, like putting a paperclip in the door to find out if it's been opened, putting some hair like across books and see if it's been opened. This one's about how photographs lie and people can manipulate negatives, or using high-speed photography to fake a UFO photo. This one, Monster Bird Attacks Londoner, is putting sort of paper cutouts on the window. When I was a kid, I tried fooling my friends with that. They absolutely didn't believe me.
Oh, what a shame.
No. And finally, the last page I want to point out, that's where I learned the phonetic alphabet as a kid in this
cool.
book, and it's still coming in handy now. If you want to read this yourself, it'll be on the blog, lightlyused.co.uk.
Nice. Right. Bye then.
See ya.
No, we've made it to the outro. I know this will come out in a fortnight and it'll be 2 weeks too late, but I'm going to use this opportunity to very cheekily wish my lovely dad a happy 70th birthday.
Many happy returns, Mr. Chesters.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, is he still around?
Sorry, Dadmiral.
Dadmiral Chesters, yeah. So he's been out on his motorbike with his friends today. So, yeah, happy birthday, Dad. See you in a few weeks for a big party.
Oh, awesome. Have a good one.
Yeah, well, you know, you are invited.
Yeah, but I don't do social things.
I know. It's all right. I've told them. It's fine. You don't need to worry about it. I guess what we should say is where you can find us.
If you were to find us, we're at lightlyused.co.uk. There's a blog post for every single episode. You can find photos of everything we've talked about, photos of our tat, links to articles and any things we brought up. Most of the books, if we can find them on the Internet Archive, they'll be linked for you there as well. We're also part of the Studio Channel 84 network. Find us at channel84.co.uk. The other shows you can check out is The Variety Show, The Untitled Sci-Fi Show, and Who Takes the Socks Off, with this spin-off, Socks On or Off. And Karen's going to be their guest on episode 50, the full fat Who Takes the Socks Off
Who
episode.
you call him fat? You watch it, mate.
And this episode is brought to you by SolART Tanning Salon. The solicitors have asked us to inform any claimants regarding the 2-minute turbo tan. They'll be contacted in writing, and it's not possible or appropriate to respond to media inquiries when the investigation is ongoing. Cheers, Art. Thanks for sorting that. Fuck me.
Adam and Karen have been lightly used. Visit lightlyused.co.uk for more. To get in touch, email pod@lightlyused.co.uk.
After Tyke had hung up, the phone began ringing again, but this time it was number withheld, which meant it's probably at... Fuck's sake, I knew I was going to fuck this up. After Tyke had hung up, the phone began ringing again, but this time it was number withheld, which meant it's probably at... It was probably Nanny Anna Horror Show. Nanny Annie Horror Show. Which meant it was probably Nanny Anna Horror...
You've got this. You can do it.
Which meant it was probably... Oh, fuck's sake. Probably Nanny Anna Horror... Which meant it was probably... Which meant it was probably Nanny Anna Horror Show Turnip. The old witch loves to make prank calls. Hello, you nappies.
You're doing it. You're all right.
Hello, you old nappy-wearing... Hello, you old nappy-wearing unit... Oh, fuck. Hello, you old nappy-wearing unit... Hello, you old nappy-wearing unit... Oh, fucking hell.
This was a Studio Channel 84 network show. To find more, head over to channel84.co.uk now.